Well, my name is Bren Briggs. I spent 28 years total time in the military. I was enlisted in the Marine Corps for the first 8 years, and then mid-90s I accepted a direct commission in the Army. So I spent another 20 years in the Army for a total of 28 years. I'm the executive director for the Eden Project. So I spent the last 3 years, almost 4 years now, working with hundreds of other veterans that kind of went through experiences like I did, how to transition from the military smoothly, or smooth as we possibly can, into the civilian world. I was injured on my last deployment. I had a total of 5 deployments. The last deployment I was injured, and it was through my recovery that I sat next to and worked with other guys that were going through the stuff that I was going through, that I realized that there were probably 4 things that everyone needed to survive. The folks who I saw that didn't have those things, were the ones that we see that are killing themselves, the 22 a day. The people who had a strong faith, not necessarily a faith that's mine, but they were strong in their faith, that they had a purpose. Sometimes just taking their dog out for a walk, taking care of plants, having a reason to get up in the morning. They had the right medical care and the strong family support. So they had those 4 things, then they seem to do really, really well. The place where we start is within a peer group. So 6 to 8 veterans get together, and they have to be all veterans, because no one knows a veteran like another vet. We can see through the crap, but we can also understand because we've been through that crap that they've been through. So folks like Felix and some of the other vets we work with get together over a 14-week period, and we just start working through the issues and some of the things that we're all dealing with. Watching them go from a place of despair. Now, I don't like seeing despair, but watching them go from despair, having no purpose, having no family support, to a place where they identify how to find that, and then to a place where they're not only successful and happy or good for themselves, but they're then able to help another veteran come through the same process. Probably the biggest thing that I hear, the thing I hear the most from other guys is they feel like they're alone. They're isolated. That's generally what happens. Once they start getting into feeling the pain or not able to deal with life on the outside, they isolate, and they think that they're the only ones going through what they're going through, and they're not. There's a lot of folks going through it. So getting in one of these groups is the best thing they can do. It may not be the exact same issue that they're dealing with, but they're with other vets who can walk them through the process.
My name is Lawrence Felix. I spent 35 years in the United States Army. Basically covered all 4 components. I joined the Army as an Army reservist, switched over to the Guard, eventually got deployed the first time in 2005, came back, became a recruiter in 2006, did that to 2012. 2012, decided I was bored, went back on deployment again, did that to 2013, and then eventually retired in 2015. The second time I came back, I had decided I had gotten hurt the second time, IEDs, things of that nature, going up the hill, down the hill, and basically I was done. When I came back the second time, I had 33 years of service, and I was pretty much tired and worn out, and I had gotten injured the second time, so I decided it was time for me to hang it up. My wife and my family were ready for me to be home, so I came home. Wound up going through what's called the WTU, which is a Warrior Transition Unit, which helps soldiers get ready to transition out of the military into civilian life. What the Eden Project did for me was it gave me someone that I could actually go to who was a resource for me, who told me, okay, fine, Felix, this is where you're going. And I go by Felix. My name is Lawrence Felix, but I go by Felix. 35 years in the military, you basically lose your first name the first day you get on the bus. But what Eden Project did for me was it gave me a pathway to go from point A to point B in the most direct manner, as compared to, and I hate to say this about the military, but the military had a roundabout way of getting you from point A to point B. I needed a more direct route. The Eden Project actually helped me do that. It gave me the opportunity to say, well, okay, this is what I'm looking for. These are the services I need. This is what I need done. How can you help me do that? Using the Eden Project helped me out a lot because it gave me more of a direct path. It was actually what I was more used to while I was on active duty. There's a big difference when you're on active duty and when you're transitioning out, okay? When you're transitioning out, it's like, you know what, thank you for your service. We appreciate you be here, but we're ready for you to go. And like I said, you get rushed through a lot of the processes. And there are a lot of things that you missed. A lot of times, if you're hurt, you're tired, you're angry, you're ready to go. And when you're ready to go, a lot of information you don't get, a lot of information you miss. And that's the biggest part that I always try to tell my younger soldiers before I left. It's like, listen, you're going home. Don't be in such a rush to go home that you miss out on the information that you need, or that the information that you have to have in order for you to take care of yourself, your family, for the rest of your life, okay? Because once you're gone, you're gone. If you feel like you're lost, if you feel like you're looking for answers and you can't get answers, call us, reach out to us. Somebody there will always answer the phone, will always return an email, a text, something. But there's somebody available for you, but somebody will call you back at least within 24 hours of you reaching out. Because it's more, the Eden Project to me is more like another unit of the military. It's like, you know what, this is the military. The only difference is that we're no longer in uniform. If I don't have an answer, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it out together. We're gonna walk this path together, like we did when we were in uniform, like we did when we were overseas, like we did when we were here, okay? Everything is about making a difference.
Getting people to understand that there are groups like ours out there to help them, and they're not alone. Just give someone a call, whether it's us or somebody else, give somebody a call and get the help that they need.